A mochi moment from Sadie, who writes, I'm not crying, you're crying. This is what I said during my first appointment with my physician at Mochi, because I didn't have to convince him I needed a GLP-1. He understood, and I felt supported, not judged. I came for the weight loss and stayed for the empathy. Thanks, Sadie. I'm Myra Ahmed, founder of Mochi Health. To find your Mochi moment, visit joinmochi.com.
Sadie is a Mochi member compensated for her story.
Have you ever felt you're not as capable as others think you are? That any moment now, someone will find out you're not that good. We often call this imposter syndrome, a catchy term that sounds scientific, almost official. But here's the thing. Once you label it, your brain believes it. It starts building connections and stories around it, searching for proof that it is true. And before you know it, you've gone from a passing moment of self-doubt to an entire identity that says, I'm an imposter. Hello and welcome to Unbox the podcast. I'm Sahar Palmer, intuitive life mentor and holistic therapist. Today, we're going to explore self-awareness through the 4 dimensions of change. If you're new here, that stands for body, emotions, mind, and accountability to action. My signature, Unbox BEMA Methodology for life mentoring. Each week, I help you reconnect with your inner clarity so that you can lead your life with purpose and trust your own guidance. Today, we are unboxing the story behind imposter beliefs, how labels can limit you, and how to step back into the role of leader in your own life. First, let's talk about the myth of imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome is defined as feeling undeserving of success despite the evidence of your competence. You discount your achievements, think you fooled others for being exposed. It's very common. Studies show that around 60% of people experience these thoughts at some point. A large review of more than 100 studies found that women tend to report it only slightly, more often than men. In truth, it affects everyone who pushes their comfort zone. But here's the part that's rarely discussed. Once you call it a syndrome, you make it sound like a fixed condition, something clinical, almost medical. And once the brain hears diagnosis, it gets to work building a belief system around it. This is what I mean when I say we download the belief system that comes with a label. The brain is made to work that way. It amplifies thoughts. The brain says, I have imposter syndrome, so I must doubt myself. I must over-prepare. I must hide my success. And now, you're no longer questioning a passing thought. You're living inside a story that confirms it. One of my clients, a brilliant thought leader in his field, a moderator and a broadcaster, once said, I've realized I have imposter syndrome. He sounded relieved, as if naming it made it manageable. But months later, he was still wrapped up in it because naming it became part of the identity that he carried into every room. While what we identified was his breathing technique. His posture was wrong. An over-raised chin restricted his throat, coupled with shallow breathing. Shallow breathing triggered stress and put him in anxiety mode all the time. Here's what happens when we self-diagnose. Our culture loves self-diagnosis. It feels scientific, logical. We want to understand why we feel a certain way. We look for a label. But when we attach the label, the mind takes it as a command. The brain's job is to look for patterns and meanings and make connections. So if you tell it, I have imposter syndrome, it goes to work proving that it is true. It joins the dots that were never meant to be connected, all to confirm the story you gave it. And that story triggers your body and emotions to react accordingly. The body tightens, the emotions flood with anxiety, the mind loops in self doubt, and accountability disappears because you avoided taking the right action. This is how a momentary thought becomes a habitual state of being, and we take it to be our reality. It's not the imposter syndrome doing it, it's the story about it that you keep repeating. Think about it. If the brain thinks that this is what you want, it will keep serving it to you. It believes you. It believes you want to feel that way because you keep enforcing it. So the loop continues: thought, emotion, confirmation, label, repeat. And this is how you enforce it. What about the power of this story in leadership? Let's shift your perspective. What if feeling like an imposter is simply growing pain of expansion? You are stretching into a new space, one your old self hasn't learned to occupy. That's not pathology, it's growth. When we lead a business, a team, or even your own life, moments of uncertainty are natural. The real leadership, at work or in life, comes from how you respond to that uncertainty. You can either live in the story, I'm an imposter, or you can rewrite it into, I am evolving and my mind always supports me. That's what it means to lead your life. It's not about titles or authority or even others acknowledging where you are at. It's about taking responsibility for your inner narrative. Leadership starts with language, what you tell yourself when no one is watching. And that's where intuition becomes practical. Intuition helps you discern which story belongs to you and which one you've downloaded from somewhere else. When you tune in, you realize that the label doesn't fit anymore. Let's walk through this using the BEMA methodology: body, emotions, mind, and accountability to action. First, your body. Notice what happens in your body when you think, I'm not good enough. Your shoulders tense, your breath shortens, and maybe your heart races too. Now bring awareness to that. Relax your shoulders. Breathe deeply. When your body relaxes, the brain stops scanning for danger. Your second dimension of change is emotions. Instead of fighting the feeling, why don't you get curious? Ask, what is this emotion teaching me? Often, imposter feelings arise because you've outgrown your comfort zone. That's a sign of growth, not being a fraud. And the third dimension of change is your mind. Challenge the label. Tell yourself, this is a passing thought, not my identity. Replace it with a statement like, I lead my life with clarity. I'm confident in the steps I make. The mind loves repetition, so give it a new phrase to anchor in. And the final dimension of change is accountability. Take one small action that reinforces the new story of success and growth. Share an idea, ask for a feedback, apply for a new opportunity. Action tells the brain, see, I'm doing it. It rewires belief through evidence. This is how you move from being the label to leading your life. Let's bring this together. Rewriting the story. The moment you label yourself, you hand your power over to the label. The moment you question it, you take it back. Self-awareness is leadership. It is choosing not to live inside someone else's description of who you are. It is remembering that your brain is your ally, but you have to give it the right story to work with. So next time you hear the word imposter, pause and ask, is this really my truth? Is it really true? And listen to the answer. You can choose a new command, a statement. I am always growing, fulfilling my potential. The brain will start connecting the dots that lead you forward. That's how you rewrite your story and reclaim your power. Thank you for spending this time with me on Unbox the podcast. I'm Sahar Palmer, and if our conversation touches something within you and you're ready to grow at your own pace, I invite you to explore my online course, Unbox a Brighter Future. It's an affordable mentoring course that was originally created for businesses to support their teams. It's now available to you. You will find it on my website, saharhunaidi.com, under Online Growth. And do let me know where you're listening from. I love hearing your feedback. Until next week, remember, you can rewrite your story and reclaim your power.
AI agents are everywhere, automating tasks and making decisions at machine speed. But agents make mistakes. Just one rogue agent can do big damage before you even notice. Rubrik Agent Cloud is the only platform that helps you monitor agents, set guardrails, and rewind mistakes, so you can unleash agents, not risk. Accelerate your AI transformation at rubrik.com. That's rubrik.com.